We are joined now by three-time Emmy Award-winning actress Uzo Aduba. She has a new memoir. It is beautiful. It's about her journey and her family's history. The Road is Good: How a Mother's Strength Became a Daughter's Purpose. Uzo, it is wonderful to see you.
Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful to see you.
I read it every single page and just devoured it. And I knew it was going to be your story, but it's your mom's story as well.
Yeah.
You know, so tell us the reason behind that.
You know, so much of my story is built on my mother's story. She poured so much of herself into me, from her lessons, from coming to the United States, from Nigeria. My first gen story is built out of that, and all of the support she was giving to myself and my siblings every day of our lives to ensure that we were the fullness of her American dream.
And she's no longer here physically. She's here with us spiritually.
Yes.
And you have her diaries.
Yeah.
20 years.
Yes.
20 years of diaries. And you do something that I do with my mama's diaries, because she wrote a year of Dear God letters for a whole year. I don't read them fast, because it's like having a conversation with them, right?
That's exactly right. You can't, you know. There's a realization you come to at some point that the pictures are eventually going to come to an end. You know, that you're going to maybe not get any more pictures and maybe not have any more conversations. And the beautiful thing about having these journals is I feel like I'm still in conversation with her, so I savor it. You know, it's like she's talking to me again. You know, I talk to my mom every single day, and so I get to have those conversations with her.
And it comes through in the book. It really does come through in the book. And how proud you are of your heritage. Yeah. You are. So talk to the importance of that, and how you talk about your mom's side of the family and your father's side of the family from Nigeria.
Yeah, you know, my heritage was really important to me, and it was important to my mom. And I think it really was because, you know, if we didn't hold on to it, I think she saw a part of herself being erased, you know, and she really wanted to keep us proud of who we are, whether that's with my gap that I've held on to. You know, she called it the Anyoku Gap, her maiden name, because her whole family had one, and I wanted to close my teeth. And she said, "Don't you know that in Nigeria, a gap is a sign of beauty?" And I would say, well, we don't live in Nigeria. We live in Boston, Massachusetts. But I'm glad she told me to keep it, you know?
And I'm glad you smiled, because there was a time that you wouldn't smile.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. I wouldn't smile. I smile all the time now.
I know.
I feel like I'm making up for lost smiles.
Yeah, well, you have reason to smile. You got a baby girl.
That's right.
Oh, and you just were talking to me about how she is an extension of your mother in some ways.
Oh my gosh, in so many ways, you know, she is the joy restored in my life. I say it all the time, you know, when my mom flew up to heaven, I felt like my joy went there, and then my daughter was coming down, I feel like she snatched it and brought it back.
So what do you want people picking up this book? What do you want them to come away feeling?
I want people to come away feeling that the story is ever growing, that we're always writing chapters in our life, that where we are today is not where we'll be tomorrow, and that there are so many people, to look for the people who pour into our story and share our story, share in making and creating our story. And I want people to know that the journey, the road, is good. And it's worth it.
And that is what your name means, doesn't it?
Yes. That's exactly it. My name in English, my full name is Uzo Aduba, which means the road is good. And it's great.
It is a great road. I want people to read it. I want them to read because I know you from The Orange is New Black.
Yeah.
And the story you tell, because you thought that day you were going to leave the business, and then you got that role.
That's exactly right. That's one of those moments in the road, you know. I couldn't see a way forward, Robin, for myself in this business. I thought I had reached the point, the end, that this wasn't for me, and I went home ready to become a lawyer.
Right.
I was going to become a lawyer that Monday.
That's what your family wanted.
That's what my family wanted, and I got home that night, 5:43 p.m. I will never forget it. September, it was a Friday. 5:43 p.m. My phone rang, and my life changed, and my agent at the time called and said that I had booked a show called Orange is the New Black on a little unknown streamer at the time called Netflix.
And 2 Emmys later from that. You have 3 Emmys overall, but 2, one for comedic and one for drama. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
In the same series.
Yes, yes. Unbelievable. And not something that I ever couldn't have been further from my thinking, my imagination, the realm of possibility at the time. And I am so glad that I stuck with it. And yeah, I couldn't be happier.
And I'm so glad that you wrote this book.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have now, but we're going to hook up a little bit later here in New York City. We got a book signing, and we're going to have a nice conversation.
Yes.
Where is that? West 95th? I think
that's right.
Okay.
Symphony Space.
Okay, if you're in the city, come on.
That's right. Come on down.
We'll be
Join
there.
us.
All right. Please, I'll see you later tonight.
Thank you.
But I want people to know the road is good, and the road is good. It's available wherever books are sold, even where we're going to be tonight.